lunch, Village Main Reef reported headline profits of 38 cents a share from continuing operations. And today, it released on the SENS, or Stock Exchange News Service, its abridged annual report. Now, as Lindsay was telling you a little bit earlier, this is a stock that I thought offered a lot of value when it was 33 cents. Said I was going to buy the shares, waited the weekend, bought them at 33 cents, and I'm looking at my monitor and it says they're now 44 cents. So thank you, Marius. I'm in the money. That's an unusual circumstance to be in for a private investor.
Yeah, Alec, certainly I think, it was a tough year for us, and we said that on a number of occasions in the studio when we had our previous chats. But we made some tough decisions, and I think we've set up the company very well to exploit our continuing operations, which is really only our Tower Lekwa and our Cons Merge assets from an operational perspective, and then we've got the investment in Lesego Platinum and our investment in Continental Coal. So our loss-making operations in the form of Buffels and Blyfwe, I think we've dealt with that very decisively, and certainly in terms of the numbers going forward, and I'm quite sure we'll see that in the September quarter results as well, that the operations that we've currently got do generate very good cash at these gold price levels.
And you've also managed to sort out any potential labour issues.
Yes, I think we were very fortunate. We worked very closely with our labour organisations, and we settled without having any strikes at any of our operations, which was quite impressive, I think, for a small little outfit such as Village.
This decision today, though, to publish your abridged annual report, and it's a long, people seem to be using SENS better now for their communication. What motivated that?
Well, Alec, in terms of costs, we're very cognizant of what it costs to produce an integrated annual report. In terms of the JSE rules, you do have the option to publish an abridged report, particularly if you are within the 3 months that they give you in terms of the rules. And therefore we opted to print the abridged report as our notice to shareholder that contains the notice of AGM and the abridged financials with certain notes that are compliant with the JSE rules. And we also opted to put that on the JSE SENS service and publish the actual full integrated report in PDF format on our website. So that's the option you've got.
So you're not killing the trees, which was always a process in the past.
Absolutely.
Marius, in the meat of what you had to say today is, one part that I picked out was quite interesting. You're not wedded to a single strategy. You are quite, or you're looking at different things. Now, the idea initially was to acquire mines, fix them up and sell them. That didn't actually work out for you.
Yeah, like I think in the environment that we're in, not just in South Africa, I think in terms of a macro environment, it is extremely difficult. There are certain things within the South African environment that makes it even more difficult to follow that particular strategy in terms of deep level, low margin, high costs, inflexible labour environment, inflexible administrative burdens, inflexible sort of regulatory environment makes it very difficult for a mine that is close to the end of its life.
So you're not going to go and punt on more Buffels or Blyfwe's in the future?
No, I certainly think that our intention is very clear. We've been saying this consistently for the last 24 months, that we are evolving into a resources investment company where we will use the cash that we generate from our operations to diversify our portfolio, to take strategic stakes in other commodities, by mostly backing the management teams of those commodities that we really like, and acting more as a fund manager than as a operator.
And the first of these investments was Continental Coal?
Correct, yes.
So are you looking specifically at coal?
We like coal. We like the coal fundamentals. We like the Continental Coal team. And we do believe that it offers real value in the longer term, and is also extremely well placed in terms of this, the fact that that particular management team has developed mines in the current environment. They've brought mines into production, and they're on the process of doing more of that. And we back that management team, and we would probably in the longer term look to increase our exposure to thermal coal. We like the thermal coal story.
What about Lesego Platinum?
Lesego, it remains an absolute company builder. We've done all the right things. We've completed the bankable feasibility study, and the bankable feasibility study, just confirmed everything that we believed around the particular project. But it still remained a very deep level platinum operation potential on the eastern limb, and $1 billion price tag to develop in 7 years from production. So most of our focus over the last couple of months have been to how do we exploit Lesego, bring it into production in a small mine format, so a shallower operation. And we do have the two sort of ore bodies, the shallow ore body and then the sort of deeper ore body. And we're looking at quite a lot of depth around how do we exploit the shallower part of the ore body,
so it's
without
not
the big capital.
It's not the right time now to try and sell the Lesego project.
I think if we get the right sort of cash offer, we are sellers. But we also, in terms of what we initially paid for the asset, it was in the sort of $40 to $45 million range. If you look at what we did the Lesego transaction at, but we would certainly be sellers if that means that the asset finds a way into a house that will see it come into production.
So you're not in the business of retaining mines.
No.
Interesting entrepreneurial play. That is Village Main Reef, and that was Marius Saaiman, Chief Executive.